Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a presentation of Waterbury Varsity High School basketball between the Wamogo Warriors versus the Waterbury Career Academy Spartans. Once again, this is a presentation of DET Sports Media. My name is James Hammond. We thank you for joining us on a little bit of a cloudy Saturday afternoon, as it should be a really good game between these two teams. Wamogo coming in at 9-3, the Spartans coming in at 6-5. Spartans coming off a very impressive victory over the Torrington Red Raiders to beat them by 30.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Waterbury Career Academy for today's basketball matchup between the visiting Wamogo Warriors and your Waterbury Career Academy Spartans.
Slowly but surely, both teams will announce their starting five. We'll honor America.
Prior to the game, we'd like to remind all the spectators that the CIAC and FBL require us to maintain high standards of sportsmanship and appropriate conduct toward players, all other spectators, and officials. Also, all student athletes should support a positive and encouraging environment. At this time, to honor America,
And here we go as we honor America.
For the playing of our national anthem.
That was the national anthem, and
now,
here comes the starting five.
First for the visiting Warriors.
Here comes the starting five for the Warriors.
Number 3, Charlie Coffey.
Number 3, Charlie Coffey.
Number 10, Cole Higgins.
Number 10, Cole Higgins.
Number 13, Ben Roy.
Number 13, Ben Roy. So it's Coffey, Higgins, and Roy.
Number 20, Ethan Collins.
Ethan Collins at number 20.
And number 22, Eric Oldenweiler.
And number 22, Eric Oldenweiler. That is your starting five
And
for
now for your
Wamogo.
Waterbury
And here
Academy
comes
Spartans.
the starting five for the Spartans, the hometown Spartans.
Gerald Council.
Gerald Council at number 11.
Number 20, Daryl Coombs.
Number 20, Daryl Coombs.
Number 13, Raphael.
Number 13, Rafael Prado.
Number 2, Zion Lott.
Number 2, Zion Lott.
Number 3, Lawrence.
And number 3,
Lazaro.
Lawrence Lazaro. Interesting. Edwards usually.
And number 1,
And-
John Edwards.
Oh. That is your starting five for the hometown Spartans. As I said last time, coming off a very impressive victory over the Torrington Red Raiders on Tuesday. A win for Wamogo will move them to 10-3, as they have been really dominant this season, looking to continue their momentum into this game. Both teams end their huddle, and they will approach the court for On the tip-off is going to be Edwards and Odenwalder. And in just a few moments, we'll officially be underway. And on the tip-off, and the Spartans will grab possession, and that is how the game will start. Jonathan Edwards with the ball, with 15.1 points per game as he moves to his right over to Council. And Lazaro shoots in the left wing, can't get it, and it's going to be Higgins with the board. Roy over to Coffey. Coffey moves to his left, right back to Roy. Ben Roy over to number 20, that's Collins. Collins, who's guarded nicely, and it's going to be Coffey who gets the first basket of the game. Charlie Coffey starts off the scoring for Wamogo. Council on the other side drives in with the right-hand layup, and it's good for Gerald Council. And that is taken away by Lazaro. He throws it over to Edwards with the left hand, can't finish there. And Odenwalder grabs the board. And Collins with the right hand is able to finish as Council was looking for the charge. While Mogo up to an early one possession and just getting underway, about a minute and 30 in. And that ball is taken away as Coffey drives in, left hand, and a travel is called, and it's going the other way. As he took one step too many right in the paint, and it goes the other way. Coombs will throw the ball inbound. Spartans coming in at 6-5 is Lott right near the free throw line, and it's no good there, and Collins grabs the board. Collins over to Roy. Right in the left corner. Higgins, guarded nicely by Edwards, as Higgins moves over to the center and getting over to Odenwalder. Odenwalder passes over to Collins. Collins loses it, but luckily there is Coffey. Wamogo passing the ball around. There's good defense by the Spartans, as that is no good. And Lott grabs the board. Lott moves over to Lazaro. Right back to Lott. Shoots a three, and it's good for Zion Lott. And the Spartans go back on top. They're up by one. Spartans continuing their aggressive defense as Odenwalder, short pass, right back to Odenwalder, and a foul is going to be called. The foul is on number 11, Gerald Council. It's the first foul for him, first team foul, and Odenwalder will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Odenwalder, this is the first free throw attempt. And on the second free throw attempt is good. 1-2 at the line. And the game is tied at 5. Lott, catch and shoot. Can't get it. Coombs grabs the board as off the hands of Council, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it will be the Warriors' ball. Wamogo coming in red, Spartans coming in white. Spartans continuing their aggressive defense as a lot of overhead passes leads them right near the paint. Odenwalder guarded by Lott. Roy moves over to his left. There's Collins. Collins with the right hand, and it's good. He gets points in the paint for Ethan Collins. And they take the lead at 7-5. Collins has 4 out of Wamogo's 7. Wamogo doing the same defense as the Spartans early on, as Lazaro had to throw it all the way over. Good pass over to Council, who can't finish right near the basket. The ball ends up out of bounds, and it will stay on Wamogo's ball. That was really good defense by the Warriors to get the ball out of bounds. Odenwalder right back to Roy. Bounce pass to Coffee. Really nice passing by Wamogo early as Collins shoots a three from the right wing. Can't get it there as Council grabs the board. And a foul is going to be called. It's going to be against Collins. It's the first team foul and first personal foul for Collins. Lazaro will throw the ball inbound. Lazaro over to Council. 3:52 left. Lazaro at the free throw line. Can't get it. Coombs grabs the offensive board. Lot over to Edwards. Both teams playing aggressively early. Edwards moves to his left. Passes over to Lazaro. Lazaro looking for his first basket of the game, and there is Coombs. Coombs drives in with the right hand, gets fouled. The foul is on number 3 for Charlie Coffey. Coombs will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. On the first free throw attempt is no good. On the second free throw attempt is good. 1 and 2 at the free throw line. Pulls the Spartans within 1. Roy over to Collins. Collins on bounce pass to Odenwalder. Coffee over to Collins, and it's taken away by Coombs. Coombs throws over to Council, who's open with the right hand, and he can't finish there, as he had 3 finishes on him. That one is tipped and goes out of bounds, and it will stay with the Warriors ball. Score is Wamogo 7, Spartans 6, with 3:02 remaining in the first quarter, in what should be a very competitive game between these two teams. Coffee, and an offensive foul as it goes the other way. That's on Charlie Coffey. That's his second personal foul, as he's going to exit, as he already has 2 fouls. And it will stay with the and it will be Spartans ball, as Coombs will throw the ball inbound. Edwards, the senior, with the ball over to Lazaro. Lazaro shoots a 3, can't get it. Coombs on the second chance, can't finish there, and he still grabs the board. And a whistle is going to be called.
Number 22, Eric Odenwalder.
And it's going to be on Eric Odenwalder. And Lazaro will throw the ball inbound. Oh, nope, never mind. I should say Smith will throw the ball inbound. First time we're seeing him in this game, as Lazaro over to Smith. Lazaro, screened by Coombs. 2:30 remaining as Lott drives in with the right hand, and an offensive foul, as that would have been an easy 2-pointer. Instead, it's going the other way. It's his first personal foul, and it's the second team foul on the Spartans. Aggressive defense for both of these teams have only allowed to a combined 13 points, as on the other side, Collins can't finish. And Smith grabs the board. Smith over to Edwards. Edwards over to Lott. Lott shoots and scores for 3. Lott has 6 of the Spartans' 9. Collins on a bounce pass over to Roy. Roy has 2 defenders on him. Over to Collins. Collins drives in with Smith, and too many steps, and it's going the other way. Coombs will throw the ball inbound over to Edwards. Edwards over to Coombs. Coombs over to Lazaro, who's open, shoots, and good for Lawrence Lazaro. That's the first basket, first points of the game for Lawrence Lazaro. So there's 1:30 remaining in the first quarter. As ball is taken away as Lazaro on the other side gets the 2 points off the turnover with the left-hand layup, and a timeout will be called on Wamogo as the last couple of positions have been a little bit off as they look to turn things around as they're down by a touchdown and down 7 points. Leading scorer for the Spartans is Lod, who has 6 on 2 3-pointers. And on the other side, it's Collins, who has 4 out of the 7. As the defense for the Spartans have proved to be successful. As both teams will enter the court or head back on the court. The 5 is Edwards, Coombs, Smith, Lott, and Lazaro. On the other side is Odenwalder, Mazzarelli, Higgins, Roy, and Collins. Spartans still showing that defense is Odenwalder, and it's taken away, but it's given right back to him. As Odenwalder can't finish there. As the ball was taken away by Coombs. Has a good possession there as Edwards, small step, gets blocked. And Wamogo grabs the board. As the ball is off of Mazzarelli and is given back to Collins. Collins shoots, can't finish there. As a lot of shots in the paint have not been falling for Wamogo early. As Lott on the other side is good for Zion Lott. As there's 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Mazzarelli over to Collins. Collins over to Roy. Bounce pass to Odenwalder as good defense by Smith, but he still is able to get the basket. That's for Eric Odenwalder. That's his first field goal made in the game. Smith with 2 defenders on him. Throws it over to Coombs. 14 seconds remaining as Lott is open in the corner. Can't finish, but nice effort by Coombs. He can't get it on the second attempt, but the third attempt is good for Coombs. It's his first field goal made in the game. There's 1 second remaining on the buzzer, and they can't finish there. At the end of 1, the Spartans come out with an 18-9 lead as good defense by the Spartans have only kept the Warriors to 9 points. As defense is a huge, crucial part in the game of basketball. Let's see what Wamogo has to do in the second quarter before halftime, because they're looking for momentum to be shifted their way. They were able to start off strong, but the Spartans were able to finish strong in the first quarter. Zion Lott has 8 of the 18 points. Both teams will enter back onto the court as you get ready for the second quarter here at Waterbury Career Academy. As Wamogo has a couple of new starters in the game. Roy Roy with the ball, bounce pass to Odenwalder, over to Collins. Collins shoots, can't finish. Odenwalder almost grabbed the board and is off the fingertips, and it stays on their side. I thought for a second that the Spartans were able to grab possession, but I guess it stayed there. As Collins with the right hand, can't finish there. Second attempt, and it's good for Ethan Collins as he gets the scoring going for Wamogo. As Edwards almost loses it, but still gains possession. Edwards, who tried to throw over to Prado, who looked like there was a little miscommunication there, and it goes out of bounds. Prado looked like he took his eye off the ball for a second. Collins throws over to Lott. It was off the fingertips. As Roy grabs possession, and he's double teamed, loses it, and a timeout is called. Timeout is called by Wamogo after that last possession, as the ball was almost taken away. Probably needing to talk things a little bit over, as they were struggling a little bit scoring in the paint. That's the second timeout taken by Wamogo. As Collins will throw the ball inbound. Collins over to Coffey, who's back into the game. Coffey over to Mazzarelli. Mazzarelli throws it over to Collins. Collins, and it's taken away as another turnover by Wamogo, as Lazar loses it, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going the other way. As that one was off the fingertips. Seen a lot of passes between both teams go out of bounds. As the Spartans look for their first basket in the second quarter. Collins throws it over to Mazzarelli. Mazzarelli shoots a three. Can't get it there, and Smith grabs the board. Hightower in the game for the first time. Hightower moves to his right. Over to Lott. Lott shoots a long three, and it's good for Zion Lott. Zion Lott gets the scoring going for the Spartans on a three, right in the left wing, and it's a double-digit lead for the Spartans. And a whistle is called. A foul is going to be called. The foul will be against Zion Lott. That's his second personal foul. It's the third team foul. Ball stays with Wamogo. Collins throws over to the other side. There's Roy over to Mazzarelli. Mazzarelli, and that's an air ball as he tried to do a floater. As Lott shoots at the free throw line, and it's no good there. Odenwalder grabs the board. Just a little over 2 minutes in the second quarter. And a bounce pass over to Collins with the right hand, can't finish there. On the second attempt, it's too strong there as the good defense in the paint for the Spartans continues. Lott with the ball. He has 11 of the 21. Over 50% of the points. Smith over to Lazaro. Lazaro shoots, heavily contested shot, and it's no good there. Coffey grabs the board. Coffey over to Collins. Collins shoots, no good. Hightower grabs the board. Smith on the other side, can't finish there as two Wamogo players goes down and will stay on Wamogo's side. And Stallworth gets the foul. Stallworth gets the foul on that last possession. as it looks like there's a little bit of confusion going on. A lot of shots for Wamogo have not been going in as they look to turn things around as Collins gets the ball in the air and loses it as Prado grabs it over to Hightower, and that one is now taken away as both teams have created turnovers, and Higgins is able to grab 2 points off the turnover with a right-hand layup. Edwards moves over to his left. Stallworth shoots, and it's good for Jaden Stallworth. His first points of the game. It's now the largest lead for the Spartans at 11. It's 24-13 as we're almost at the halfway mark of the second quarter as Coffee, and an offensive foul as Prado was able to create the foul and it's going the other way. And it's the third personal foul for Charlie Coffee. And you got to be careful. You don't want to get into foul trouble early. That is the 5th team foul. Wamogo has 5 fouls. Smith with the right hand can't finish, but Coombs is able to grab the board, and it's blocked by Mazzarelli. And it goes as that ball is a lot of balls going all over the place between both teams. As good defense between both of these teams have resulted in turnovers. As Collins over to Odenwalder, who shoots, can't finish, and Coombs grabs the board. As the offensive struggles for Wamogo continues, as Stallworth on the other side is good for Jaden Stallworth, who enters the game in the second quarter, and he has 2 threes. Mazzarelli, and an offensive foul, and it's going the other way, as that is the second time that Prado was able to create the offensive foul.
Offensive foul was on number 5, Matt Mazzarelli. His first, team 6th.
That's the 16th foul, and it's already the first bonus for the Spartans. Edwards with the ball. He throws it over to Smith. Smith on a double team. Prado almost thought about it and drove it in, and there's Smith, who still grabs possession as the ball almost got out of bounds. Edwards with 2 defenders on him. It's a 2-3 zone as Prado shoots at the corner 3, and it's good for Rafael Prado. That's his first points of the game. The lead continues as it's at 17 for the Spartans. And that ball is taken away by Odenwalder as Coombs with the right hand, and an offensive foul, and it's going the other way. A lot of offensive fouls between both of these teams. Wamogo has only scored 4 points in the second quarter.
His first, team's 5th. Checking the game for the Spartans, number 11, Gerald Council.
Between Collins and Roy. Collins over to Roy. Roy over to Higgins. Higgins shoots, and it's too strong. Offensive rebound, and there is Roy on the other side. Can't finish there. And there's Higgins. Higgins shoots. No good there, as the last 4 field goals were not made. There's Edwards. Edwards almost did a no-look pass to Smith. Almost lost handle. Says Edwards. And it goes in on a little bounce, and it goes in. 15 points for the Spartans. All 15 have come from threes. As Odenwalder with the right hand is good, and it's hopefully stops the offensive troubles for Wamogo. And Stallworth, and a foul is called. Foul is on number 10. It's on Higgins. And Stallworth will go to the free throw line. Stallworth has 2 out of the 5 threes in the second quarter. Stallworth is able to make the basket. on the second free throw attempt is good for Stallworth, who's 2-2 at the free throw line and pushes the lead to 20. It's the largest lead of the game for the Spartans. Roy over to Collins. Collins throws it over to, that is where Higgins shoots a three, and it's good for Cole Higgins. For Cole Higgins, this is first three of the game for Wamogo, and it's going the other way on an offensive foul, as it was a double dribble. Spartans 35, Warriors 18. With 1:30 in the second quarter, as Collins throws it over to Higgins, corner three, and it's good for Cole Higgins. Last 6 points coming from threes from Cole Higgins. And the Warriors are down by 2 touchdowns. They're down by 14. As Prado almost narrowly stepped out of bounds as Coombs is able to finish. First points of the game, or first points of the second quarter for Coombs, as that one narrowly went out of bounds as Collins can't finish, and Prado throws the ball airborne, and Coombs is able to grab it, and it goes out of bounds. Prado almost looked like he threw the basketball like a Hail Mary. As there's 49.9 seconds remaining until halftime. Mahiga enters the game for the first time. So it's Edwards, Lazaro, Smith, Mahiga, and Council. 44 seconds remaining as Collins throws it over to, there's a lot of really big passing, leads to the bucket for Eric Odenwalder. While on the other side, it's Marty, Collins, Odenwalder, Higgins, and Roy. Lazaro with the ball, who Spartans coach is asking for a timeout. Lazaro over this, or I should say, Council shoots and he can't finish there. Smith almost grabs the board and is grabbed by Odenwalder. There's 2 seconds remaining. Collins throws it over to Collins shoots, but that is not going to count. And the score at halftime, Spartans scored 19, and the score is 37-23 Spartans, as the Spartans have really played strong, and a lot of offensive troubles early for Wamogo as they look to turn things around. But stick around, as it is halftime. We'll be right back for the second half. Welcome back to Waterbury Career Academy between the Wamogo Warriors versus the Spartans. Current score right now is 37 Spartans and Warriors 23, as a lot of good defense between both of these teams and a lot of shaky offense between the Warriors have resulted to only have them 23 points. They only scored 9 in the first quarter, but they scored 14 in the second quarter as they look to get some offensive rhythm going, as a lot of passing, and they weren't able to complete a lot of baskets in the paint as things look to turn around. They only made 2 threes, both from Cole Higgins. So far, the leading scorer is Lott, has 11, and the leading scorer for the Warriors is Higgins, who has 8 of the 23. Spartans have been playing with a lot of confidence. Their largest lead was 20. And here comes the Warriors as they head back, as they look to find that offensive rhythm. A win for the Spartans will make them 7-5. We'd like to thank you for joining us for a presentation of DET Sports Media. My name is James Yevon and crew. between these two teams. Should be a very good game on a kind of gloomy Saturday afternoon, the day before the Super Bowl, as the calendar hits February. As both teams talk it over. Spartans head onto the court, as is Edwards, Lott, Coombs, Council, and Lazaro for the other side. For the Warriors, it's Higgins, Roy, Odenwalder, Mazzarelli will start the second half, and Collins. Spartans will grab possession. And that is how the second half will start. Spartans up by 2 touchdowns, looking to build. Council over to the left wing, throws over to Lazaro, as a great communication there leads to the basket, as Lazaro gets things going for the Spartans early as the ball is loose, and Odenwalder still grabs the ball as Higgins, who has 2 threes, shoots a 3, short. Coombs grabs the board. And here comes the Spartans, looking to fire away early, as Edwards can't make it there, and Roy grabs the board. Collins on a bounce pass to Mazzarelli. Collins right near the center, who was double teamed. Roy over to Odenwalder, who shoots right near the free throw line, and it's good. And Eric Odenwalder gets the points going. He is at 9. Coombs over to Lazaro. Lazaro over to Coombs. Coombs drives in, left hand, can't finish. Collins over to Mazzarelli, and it's blocked by Lazaro. It will stay with the on the Warriors side. As Mazzarelli, right wing 3, can't finish. Ball is loose. It will end up out of bounds, and it will be Spartans ball.
Spartans ball.
Next game that the Spartans play, they will stay here and face Sacred Heart. Edwards over to Coombs. Over to Council, right over to Lazaro. Lazaro is too strong there, as it was a heavily contested shot. His good defense leads to no scoring, and on that back-to-back possessions leads to blocks. At this time, it was Edwards who blocks the shot. Roy over to Collins with the right-hand layup, and it's good. Collins has 8. And Coombs bounce pass over to Lazaro. The ball ends up going out of bounds, and it goes to Wamogo's side. Roy with the ball, and the double team works to perfection, and a foul is called. Foul is against Wamogo. Edwards with the ball. Next game for the Warriors is they will be on the road to face Thomaston on February the 4th, a few days from now. Lott drives in with the right hand, and it's good for Zion Lott, who has 13. He's the leading scorer for the Spartans. And Odenwalder almost lost it. Over to Higgins. Higgins shoots. Can't finish. Coombs grabs the board. Coombs throws it over, and it was intended for live, but it was intercepted by Roy as Higgins on the other side is able to complete the basket off the turnover. Higgins is now in double digits with 10 as Wamogo only down by 12. Lazaro over to Lott, over to Coombs. Coombs with the right hand, a foul is called, and he has a chance for a three-point play.
Wamogo foul number 13, Ben Roy.
And the foul is on number 13, Ben Roy. And it's his second personal foul, team second. And Coombs at the free throw line. Coombs can't make the three-point, or the free throw, I should say, as Coffey will come back into the game. He has 3 fouls. One of the reasons why he didn't start this quarter, as the ball is taken away by Lott, who can't finish. As he tried to do a fancy bucket inside, as Owenwalder makes the basket. Owenwalder's in double digits as defense for the Warriors is becoming really strong. The shots have been falling for the Warriors as well. And the Spartans will stay, and the Spartans will still have possession of the ball. Number 11 will enter the game. Stallworth throws it over to Edwards. Edwards over the head pass over to Lazaro, who's open, who shoots a 3, and it's good for Lawrence Lazaro. First three-pointer made by the Spartans. Lazaro is now in double digits with 10 after that last 3. Roy on a double team, and the travel is called as the double team works to perfection, leading to a turnover. Warriors are up by, or I should say Spartans are up by 15 with 3:53 left in the third quarter. Edwards bounce pass over the Lott. Lott shoots a corner 3, can't finish. Prado grabs the offensive board and the bucket on the second attempt. Collins throws it way over. There's Odenwalder, and it's off the fingertips. And there is Collins. Collins shoots a 3, and it's good for Ethan Collins. As the Warriors trying to fight back, only down by 14. Largest deficit for them was at 20. And Lazaro throws it over to shoots a mid-ranger, and he can't get it there. Coffey over to Odenwalder, throws it over to Roy, who shoots, and it's short. And that is taken by Edwards, as Edwards finishes. Jonathan Edwards. It's only his second field goal made when he has 5, as off the fingertips of Warriors lead to that basket. That one is not completed over there. And Lott grabs the board. He's rushing down the court. Right hand, and it's way too short. Second attempt, can't get it there as the ball ends up going out of bounds. And it will be Warriors ball. Got to appreciate the effort by the Spartans trying to grab the offensive board. It ends up going out of bounds. Wamogo continuing their quick passes. Ball, and it's stripped away. And a foul is going to be called. It will be against Wamogo, as on Ethan Collins. It's his second personal foul, the team's second foul, or third foul. Third foul, I should say. .2:17 remaining in the third quarter. Lott with the ball, who moves over to his left. Hightower over to Lazaro. Lazaro shoots a three. Can't get it there, and Higgins grabs the board. Roy guarded really nicely by Lazaro as the ball is tipped and it goes, and it will stay with the Warriors' ball. Roy over to Odenwalder. Odenwalder over to Higgins. Roy inside, throws over to Collins. Collins shoots. Can't finish there as it was a heavily contested shot. As Stallworth is able to and a travel is called as they would look like they were looking for a foul, but it goes the other way. As almost looked like an easy basket for Stallworth, but instead he ends up getting the travel. Roy over to Odenwalder. Odenwalder steps back, and over to Collins. Collins almost loses it. Over to Higgins. Higgins shoots a corner three, and he can't finish there. And Smith grabs the board. Now the ball is loose, and Lazaro grabs it. The ball is going all over the place. Hightower almost lost it. Throws over to Prado in the corner on the double team. The ball ends up going out of bounds, and will stay with the Spartans. Stallworth over to Lazaro right near the three-point line. Lazaro drives in and got hit back for a second from Collins as the good defense there prevents him from going inside. And there is Jaden Stallworth right near the free throw line and shoots, and it's an air ball, and it will go to the Warriors. As there's 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's the Spartans 50 and the Warriors 34. Roy over to Collins. Roy over to Collins. The quick passes and a shot attempt is no good there. As that was Jack King, first time we're seeing him in the game. Lazaro with the right hand over to Smith, over to Edwards. There's 16 seconds remaining, and the Spartans have a 16-point lead. Hightower over to Lazaro. The final 7 seconds in the third quarter. Lazaro does a 360 and can't finish the fadeaway as the ball is loose, and Smith hits it off of Odenwalder, and will stay on their side with 0.2 of a second remaining. It's going to be tough to try to get a play in with 0.2 of a second remaining. And he throws it over to Edwards, who can't finish the basket there. And we'll get ready for the fourth quarter with the Spartans having a 50 to 34 lead.
Spartans 50.
And the scoring summary is that the Spartans have scored 13 points in that quarter compared to only 11 scored by the Warriors as we get ready for the fourth and final quarter. Part of that little camera thing. Final 8 minutes on a gloomy Saturday night here at Waterbury Career Academy as they continue to play with a lot of confidence with a 16-point lead. And the 5 for the Wamogo Warriors it's Mazzarelli, it's Collins, it's Higgins, it's Odenwalder, and it's Logan Marty. First time we're seeing him in the game. And the fourth quarter is underway as Mazzarelli on the double team throws it over to Collins. The ball was almost taken away as Wamogo's really turned over the ball too many times. And Collins shoots a three, and it's good for Ethan Collins as they're looking for a late fourth quarter comeback. One of the key components into a comeback is being able to go on a good run, and they're still looking for that good run as Coombs tried to throw it over the Prado and it's taken away as it intercepted. And Collins, and a foul is called.
Current foul number 20, Daryl Coombs.
And the foul is on Daryl Coombs. It's his second personal foul. As if they're able to make a three here, they only be down by 10 points. Collins on a bounce pass over to Odenwalder. As good communication there leads to the basket. Odenwalder has 13. And there, Edwards over to Lott. Lott thought about it. Now he shoots this time, and he's able to convert the basket. And a timeout is called on the Warriors. As they are down by 13, or I thought a timeout was going to be called. Collins over to Roy, back to Collins. Collins, who's been playing a lot better in the second half, I should say, as Mazzarelli shoots, and it's good for Matt Mazzarelli. It's his first basket of the game, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point deficit, as the largest deficit for them was 20, as Smith shoots a corner three, and he can't finish there, and Prado, and we'll stay with the Spartans ball. The foul is on Matt Mazzarelli. It's his first personal foul. And Lawrence Lazaro will be back in the game. Smith over to Edwards. Lazaro right back to Edwards. There's 6:20 remaining. The Spartans are up by 10. Lazaro moves to the center, shoots, and it's good for Lawrence Lazaro. That's the third three by Lazaro today. As the Spartans look to continue their momentum, as Wamogo has had their momentum shifted their way. As the shots have been falling for them, as Marty shoots, can't finish. Lott grabs the board, and a foul is called. And we'll stay with the Spartans. It's on Odenwalder.
22, Eric Odenwalder. His second.
It's his second personal foul and the team's fifth foul.
Number 24, James Stallworth.
Stallworth with the ball. Lazaro throws it over to Stallworth. Stallworth shoots, can't finish. Who's going to grab the board as Coombs hits it away, and we'll stay with the Spartans as Lazaro with a nice, Edwards with a nice pass to Coombs. A nice little over-the-shoulder, no-look pass to Coombs leads to the basket. That was a very pretty assist there. Meanwhile, on the other side, it is the Warriors as Collins throws over to Mazzarelli. Mazzarelli shoots and scores a three. Matt Mazzarelli with his second three of the fourth quarter. It's a 12-point deficit for them as Edwards with a nice behind-the-back pass throws it over to Lazaro, and he can't get it there. Edwards grabs the board. Edwards loses it, and a foul is going to be called. And Edwards will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Number 22, Eric Odenwalder. His 13.
And Odenwalder gets hit with the foul, and Edwards will shoot 2. As Edwards has really been very flashy with the passes. First attempt for Edwards is no good there. Couple of changes as Coffee enters and Marty exits. Coffee has 3 fouls. He only has 2 points. Edwards on the second attempt is good for Edwards. 1 or 2 at the free throw line. Spartans have not really gone to the free throw line all that much in this game. Mazzarelli on a bounce pass to Odenwalder, and the baskets are starting to fall for the Warriors. There wasn't a whole lot of that in that first half, but in the second half it's been better as there is a turnover. As a basket here will bring it down to single digits as the ball ends up. Almost ending up going out of bounds, but nice hustle by Mazzarelli to grab the board as Odenwalder, and a travel is called, and it's going the other way.
Traveling Spartans ball.
You got to be careful with those turnovers, especially late in the game with 4:26 remaining. Team down by 11. They still have a chance to make a comeback. Be an incredible comeback since they were down by 20 at one point, and they're only down by 11 here. As a lot with the overhead pass over to Lazaro on the double team. Edwards drives it in to the right side. John Edwards. And a whistle is called. As a timeout is called.
Timeout Spartans with your score.
And the timeout is called on the Spartans.
Spartans 60.
Spartans trying to find ways to finish the game strong. Is that they did have a 20-point lead, but you don't want to get too comfortable with a large lead because in a game full of runs, anything can happen. The Warriors have 6 fouls in the second half compared to only 1 foul by the Spartans. Leading scorer for the Spartans is Zion Lott, who has 15. And on the other side, the leading scorer is Eric Odenwalder, who has 15, with most of the points going in the paint. As time will resume, as Collins, Coffey, Mazzarelli, Odenwalder, and Roy. Coffey throws it over to Mazzarelli. Mazzarelli on a bounce pass to Collins, who's open, who shoots. Is too short, and Edwards grabs the board. Edwards, nice pass to Stallworth, and it leads to the basket. Jaden Stallworth with the basket. It's only his first points of the second half. Mazzarelli throws it over to Roy, over to Odenwalder, who can't convert there on the second chance, and Collins is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Spartans foul number 24, Jaden Stallworth, his first, team second. At the line, shooting 2, Wamogo.
Collins at the free throw line, and he makes the first basket.
Checking the game for Wamogo, number 10, Cole Higgins.
Cole Higgins will come back into the game, who's in double digits with 10 points. Collins on the second attempt is in and out. Edwards grabs the board. 2-touchdown lead at 62-48 Spartans. As Stallworth throws it way over, there's a Lott who tried to throw it over to Coombs, but instead it goes out of bounds. And we'll stay with the Spartans. Stallworth throws it over to Lazaro, who shoots a three, and it's no good. And Collins grabs the board, and a foul is called. It's going to be against Coombs. It's his third personal foul. And it's the team's third foul. So there's 3:07 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Collins with the ball over to Coffey. Coffey. Bounce pass to Mazzarelli on a double team. He was able to avoid the double team as the ball, and he can't get it there. So he tried to do the right-hand floater, and he couldn't finish. As Lott with it, throws it over to Edwards. Edwards, who's guarded nicely by Higgins. Higgins tries to attack defensively, and a foul is called. It's going to be against Higgins. And Edwards will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Last time Edwards was at the free throw line, he was 1 of 2. As he's trying everything he can to make the Spartans victorious. Edwards. And it was a lane violation, so that free throw won't count. As one of the defenders stepped in a little too early, and a backcourt violation is going the other way. So a couple of sloppy calls in the last 2 possessions. As you don't want to convert those sloppy plays, especially with 2:32 remaining. As both teams talk it over. Once again, we thank you for joining us. My name is James Yevon and crew. Presentation of DET Sports Media of Waterbury Varsity High School basketball between the Wamogo Warriors and Waterbury Career Academy Spartans. Spartans are up by 14 with 2:32 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Time will resume with 2:29 remaining. Edwards moves to his left, over to Lazaro. Lazaro throws it over to Lott. Lazaro loses it, and it's picked up by Collins on the steal. And this time, Collins still had possession of the ball. I thought that one's going to be, and a foul is going to be called on Mazzarelli. It's going to be against Coombs. That's his 4th personal foul. And that's the 4th foul. And it's the team's 4th. Matt Mazzarelli will go to the free throw line. First free throw attempt is good.
Checking the game for number 11. Jeff Musselman.
On the second free throw attempt is good for Mazzarelli. 2-2 at the free throw line. Pushes the deficit to 12. Coombs with the ball, throws it over to, that is where Stallworth is. Stallworth, over the head pass over to Lazaro, is too high in the air. It's picked up by Odenwalder. Is on the other side. He's able to make the basket. And is now down to 10, I should say. And a timeout is going to be called after that last play. 1:47 remaining, as you do not want to create any more turnovers, as the Spartan lead is down to 10 with 1:47 remaining. As both teams talk it over. The Warriors have been playing a lot better in this second half. As they've scored 18 points compared to only 12 for the Spartans. As that was a really good timeout by the Warriors, as it looks like they're catching a little bit of fire towards the end. Better late than never. And here we go. As Wamogo is on the court. And here comes the Spartans. As they don't want to let this lead slip away. Spartans have possession. There's 1:45 remaining. Lott throws it over to Stallworth, over to Lazaro. Lazaro throws it over the head to Coombs, I should say. Coombs prevents that from a backcourt violation. As Lazaro on the double team. As Wamogo is playing good defense to try to stop the possession here and get a run of their own going. As the ball ends up going out of bounds, and it will stay with, and it will go Wamogo's way.
Checking in game for Wamogo number 10, Cole Higgins, and checking in for the Spartans number 11,
As
Gerald.
Little Thunder is getting picked up by the Warriors with 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining. Mazzarelli on the double team throws it over to Coffey. Nice pass all around as for three, can't get it there. Good defensive effort by Collins, brings it down to single digits with 1:09 remaining.
Wamogo with your score, Wamogo 54.
It's Wamogo's
62.
momentum is finally getting shifted their way. They're playing really ice cold in that first half. There's 1:09 left. It is set up for an exciting finish here at Waterbury Career Academy. Spartans coach probably talking it over, trying to tell them to be more aggressively defensively, as a lot of offensive opportune or second chance points have been converted by the Warriors in the last few possessions and throughout this entire second half. Wamogo coming in at 9-3. A win here will give them to 10 wins. 8-1 in the league overall. And here we go. With 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining, as Lott grabs the ball with an 8-point lead. Largest lead for the Spartans was 20. As Edwards throws over, and there is a turnover as crowd is starting to get fired up for the Warriors. Throws it over to Odenworth. A nice pass over to Roy. Roy shoots, and he's going to get fouled, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Spartans foul number 2, Zion Lott, his third, team's fifth. Goal line shoot 2 from number
Third personal
13,
foul for
Roy.
Zion Lott, and Roy will go to the free throw line. If he makes points, he will have his first points of the game and reduce the lead or deficit to 6, and he's able to make the first free throw. And it's now a 7-point lead for the Spartans. Second free throw attempt is good for Roy. You can hear the fans on the other side starting to get fired up as there's 45 seconds remaining as the ball almost got taken away. Lott moves to his right, throws it over to Lazaro. Good defense by the Warriors. A nice no-look pass to Coombs builds the lead for the Spartans. Flashy assist there as that ball is almost taken away, and a foul is called. Foul is on Jonathan Edwards. It's his first personal foul.
This first team's score.
And Collins will will have the ball with
Council.
23.9 seconds remaining. As a few changes for both teams, as Stallworth will exit and Coons will enter. Collins throws it over to Odenwalder as a bounce pass over to Mezzarelli, over to Ferrer. Shoots, can't finish. 15 seconds remaining on the double team, and a foul is called. It's a really good double team. Have them lose the ball, and the foul is going to be on number 10 on Higgins. It's his third personal foul, and the team's 10. That means free throws for Lawrence Lazaro. .1 seconds remaining. Lazaro makes the first free throw. That builds the Spartans' lead up to 9 with 14.1 seconds remaining. On the second free throw attempt is short. Collins grabs the board. Collins racing down the ball out of bounds. And it will stay with the Warriors. 11.8 seconds remaining. Wamogo with a 9-point deficit. Higgins with the ball, ends up going out of bounds, and will stay with the Warriors. As the Spartans are really trying to seal this game. Roy with the ball, and the ball ends up going the other way. 7.2 seconds remaining.
Foul number 3, Lawrence Lazaro. His first.
And Lazaro gets hit with a foul.
Team 7.
It's the team's 7th foul. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion with the scoreboard, either with the time or with the number of fouls. So both teams are on the bonus. And Roy will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 more free throws. Roy misses the free throw attempt, and a foul is going to be called with 5.9 seconds remaining. The foul is on number 22, Eric Odenwalder. It's his 4th foul. 1 more foul for Odenwalder, and he will not be in this game. Edwards at the free throw line. Edwards misses the free throw. As a couple of substitutions.
Cole Higgins and number 1, Colin Farrell.
On the second free throw attempt is no good there. Edwards is ice cold at the free throw line. 2 seconds remaining. Higgins shoots a 3 and is short. And the Spartans upset the Wamogo Warriors, coming out with a 65-56 victory. A win for the Spartans moves them to 7-5. And the Warriors, who caught a little bit of fire towards the end, but they come up just a bit short, and they will fall to 9-4. We thank you for joining us here for a presentation of DET Sports Media. My name is James Emery Cruz, saying good night from Waterbury Career Academy.